Hello, everybody. We are live here with the Speech Therapalooza. Woo! We are all here and hanging out and ready to give you all kinds of fun tips. We're just waiting a couple more minutes here to get everybody on. So if you are having any trouble seeing us or hearing us, please go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. If you are on home. Uh-oh. I hear myself.
Hello, everybody. We are live here with the Speech Therapalooza.
All right, speakers, you got to mute your YouTube channels. Go mute them.
I'm muted. I promise that wasn't me.
It was me.
All right, we're good then.
I don't know how mine was.
I fixed it.
All right, so if anyone's having trouble, go ahead and leave comments, and we will be monitoring those comments to make sure that everybody is in and taken care of. And now Luke's going to do a magic trick. Just kidding. No one can see you because you're not making noise. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about who's here today. So today I am Carrie Clark. I'm always Carrie Clark. Today I'm also Carrie Clark. I am from speechandlanguagekids.com, and I am joined by Luke Barber from Home Speech Home. Say hi, Luke.
Hello.
Hello. Luke, did your video go away?
Oh. Yes.
There you are. You're
Hello.
back. There's Luke. All right.
Howdy.
And we are also joined with Jenn Alcorn from crazyspeechworld.com.
Hi, everybody.
And Lauren LaCour from busybeespeech.com.
Hey guys.
And we have Jenna Rayburn from thespeechroomnews.com.
Hey, guys. I'm glad you came.
All right, I'm going to pop over here, make sure that nobody is commenting that they're having trouble. I want to make sure that everybody's getting in. Do you guys see any distress calls?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's looking pretty good. So we're going to get ready to start here in just a moment. Blake Brown says, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, Blake. Had no idea we were planning this for your birthday. That was so nice of us.
We were thinking about you, Blake.
We were. We definitely were. I'm going to go ahead and get started then. And guys, you can kind of monitor and let me know if there's anybody popping up on the questions or comments that need some help. But we're going to go ahead and get started here with my stuff. So the format for today, we are going to give you some freebies that you can use right away if your budget is low. And we're also going to share some of our top products with you if you're ready to dive in a little deeper. So this is all going to be recorded. It will be available afterwards. We are all going to have it on our websites. We'll have the recording of it, plus all the links. So if you can't access the links right now, don't worry about it. We will post those up, and then we will be sending that link with the links out to all of our email lists. So if you're on one of our email lists, you're good to go. If not, just hop over to any one of our websites and sign up for the mailing list so that you can make sure that you get notification of those links and where those are going. So I am going to jump in then, and I'm going to set myself a timer because I know I'm going to run over. We're going to go about 10 minutes each, and then we're going to save the last part for giveaways. So we have some giveaways for you. In order to enter for the giveaways, you have to be logged in on Facebook, and you have to be over at homespeechhome.com/back-to-school-speech-therapalooza. So if you are logged into that page, you are good to go. You will be entering your entry for the giveaway in the comments section down there, which is why you need to be logged in for Facebook. So that is at the end. Hang on tight for that. But for now, let's jump right in. So my first resource that I want to show you is this one right here. So I don't know if you can see this in the showcase. I hope that you can. but it should be popping up here in a second. This is organize your speech therapy space. So these are my tips for decluttering and organizing your speech therapy space. So the first thing I want to talk about is decluttering. I know that all of you have way too many things in your office, just like all of us do, and it's really important every year to go through and declutter, make sure that you have a really good system in place to get everything in order. So it's not going to let me show my link, is it? Okay, well, if you go to speechandlanguagekids.com/organize, that will get you to this one. Hopefully you can see that. But that is the resource that I'm showing you right now. And this is it's a series of videos that you can watch on the website that will show you how to go through, organize your materials, how to declutter them, and then how to put them back into your room in a logical manner that's going to give you a cohesive feel to your room and also make everything easily accessible. So it's a free video series, plus there are PDF downloads that you can download. There's one that is the declutter flowchart. So this is going to help you figure out what you need to keep in your room and what you don't. And kind of briefly overviewing that, a lot of it has to do with, have you been using that thing in the last 6 months? And if not, are you really going to use it again? Maybe that's something that needs to go. And then also, do you have other things that serve that same purpose? So for example, when I was cleaning out my office recently, I had 3 dollhouses. Who needs 3 dollhouses? No one. No one needs 3 dollhouses. So I got rid of some of them. So going through and just kind of making sure that what you have in your office is exactly what you need and nothing more. And that's really going to help you out. And then reorganizing things so that the things that you use often in therapy are very close to your person and close to where your therapy space is, and then having other storage out of the way. So that is my first resource, and that is going to be a good one for making sure that you are organized and keeping everything where it needs to be. So that's my first one. And then I'm going to switch over to the second one. I'm hoping that you guys are seeing these. So this one is productivity tools for speech therapists. So if you go to speechandlanguagekids.com/tools, I have another video for you up there that is all of my favorite tools that make your job as a speech therapist a little bit easier. Now, the first one that I am a really big fan of is Evernote. So if you don't know about Evernote, I'm going to tell you about this one real briefly. I wonder if I can share my screen with you guys. You know, I figured out how to do this the other day, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to figure out. There we go, screen share. Okay, sharing my screen. Oh my gosh, okay. Hopefully you guys can see this now. So this is Evernote, if it's going to load up. And I really like to use Evernote for organizing my speech therapy materials. So this is a sample folder that I put together. You can see I have all kinds of other stuff over here. But this is a sample folder I put together to kind of show you the different things that you can do with this. Evernote is a free download that you can get on your website, or you can also, on your computer, or you can also get it on your phone, and you can switch back and forth and be able to share files that way. So like for example, here you can see this is a checklist. I made a simple Iep checklist where you can just check off things as you're doing them, and you can also share this with other people so you guys can share the note. You can take voice recordings. So let's say you're at a conference and you want to record the presentation, you can put that in there. That would be on your phone, obviously. You can just type notes, so if you have some ideas for a different disorder, you can organize them by disorder. You can keep PDFs organized in here. So for example, this is my speech and language therapy guide. If you were to buy this, you could just download it straight into Evernote and have access to it whenever you need it. And then this is my favorite thing to do. Okay, so you take a picture of a handout that you get at a conference. This is one that I got. I took a picture and put it in here. Now, this is organized in here based on the note that I put. But if I go into my Evernote and I just search for something, like I can search for mutism, then it's going to bring up any documents that have that word in it. So you can see here it brought up my mutism note. It can search the text of your notes. So instead of having file drawers upon file drawers of all of the different handouts that you got at conferences, you can keep them all organized in Evernote and then just search for them when you need them and just print them out or glance back at them, whatever you need. So that one I find incredibly helpful, and I like having that Evernote for that. Ooh, this is terrible. Okay, let's stop the screen share. All right, so that was one of my productivity tools. How am I doing on time here? I think I'm going to stop there. There's another one that's on there that I'll just kind of tell you about that's called iPhrase Express. And basically what you can do is you can type in a word or two that's a shortcut that you designate, and it'll expand it out into a full paragraph or longer of text. So if you have something like in your IEPs that you find yourself writing over and over again, like your present level statements or statements about the child meeting or not meeting goals, blah, blah, blah. If you have those kinds of statements or paragraphs that you write constantly, you can make a shortcut for that so that when you're typing, you can just write Johnny, present level, questions, and then it'll fill in that paragraph that you've already pre-written about how he's doing with questions or, you know, the impact statement, something like that. You can have that auto-fill for you, so that way you can save a lot of time on writing reports. You can also use it for writing emails if you find yourself writing the same thing over and over again. And, oops, I don't know what that means. Okay. So you can use it for emails if you write things constantly, IEPs, SOAP notes, progress reports, all kinds of good stuff. So that's a really good tool. That's over there on that one if you go to speechandlanguagekids.com/tools. Alrighty, let's go to my next link. So my next link then is all of my free speech therapy materials. So if you go over to speechandlanguagekids.com/products, you will find all of my free products that I have, and I have a whole bunch of giveaways. So let me hop over there for you so that I can just kind of show you down that page. I have file folder games, I have flashcards, I have worksheets, I have all kinds of good free stuff. So hopping over there. Let's wait till that. So I've got all kinds of different things over there. They're all free downloads. You just have to enter your email address and I'll send it right over to you. So that's a good resource for you, as well as if you're looking for some good freebies and some cheap materials. That's not going to pull up, so I'm just going to come back out of there. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay, so that's my free ones at speechandlanguagekids.com/products. And I just have a couple minutes left. So the last thing I want to share with you is my membership site. So I have a membership site called The Speech Therapy Solution, and this is just for speech therapists. So it's a membership site just for speech therapists. And basically what you get as a member of this site is each weekday I do a video. I make a video that answers a question from a member. So members send me questions, and I make a 5 to 10 minute video explaining how to do a therapy concept or explaining what research shows is the best method for X, Y, or Z, showing what to use in evaluations. Anything that comes up, I'll go ahead and answer that. So you get a new video each weekday, and then once a month I do a training webinar that you can get ASHA credit for. You can get an hour of continuing ed for that. And you get access to the exclusive Facebook group, and that is full of speech therapists that are willing to help you bounce ideas around and come up with problems to tricky situations. So you get more than just my support, but it's a great resource, and you get a lot of support from me and from the others in the group. It's just a really nice group to kind of have ideas for therapy. So if you are interested in that, you can go over to speechandlanguagekids.com/TSTS for the Speech Therapy Solution. And I'm actually having a bonus giveaway this month only. So if you sign up before the end of August, you get a free copy of my Articulations Ebook, which is everything you need to do articulation therapy. So it's got articulation screeners, articulation flashcards, it has homework that you can send home, it has worksheets for all the different activities. It takes you through all the way from the single sound level all the way up through conversation. So it's got everything you need, and it's a digital download, so you get it right away. So sign up for the membership site, and you will get access to that articulation materials ebook for free. So there we go. And I got 40 seconds left, so I did good. All right, so that is mine from speechandlanguagekids.com, and next we're going to hear from Jenn Alcorn from crazyspeechworld.com. Jen, I'm going to send it over to you.
Woohoo! Hey guys, I am so glad to be a part of this. This is my first Google Hangout, so I have this intense fear of public speaking, so this makes it a little bit easier because you're not all staring at me. So I like that. So what I wanted to talk about is planning therapy, which is not one of the things that a lot of people think about at the very beginning of the school year. You're so concerned with schedules and getting your classroom set up and all of that stuff, but I try to spend a lot of time over the summer getting ready for therapy so that I know when we do hit the ground running and those groups start, I have everything ready to go. The way that I do that is using my theme therapy calendar, which is a freebie that I have shared on my blog, and hopefully it will come up as a link. Yeah, okay. I can't see it. Cool, thanks. So what that looks like is I've taken the weeks in the school year, and I've picked themes to plan my therapy throughout the entire year. So month by month, I have different ideas, and some of them last for a week, and some of them last for 2 weeks. December is an entire month that we cover holidays and things like that. But it just really is helpful for me to kind of center myself and be able to focus on what I can pull during those weeks. So, for example, in September, I have football. That's the first thing that we're going to do. So how am I going to find resources for that? Well, my best idea for that is Pinterest. If you're not using Pinterest, you are an alien probably, because everybody uses it. I am addicted. And Pinterest is so easy because it has a search tool, and you can pretty much go in there and search football, speech therapy, and you can find resources that people have pinned that are just for football. And I mean, you can add the keywords that you want to use. So go in and just type speech therapy football freebies, and you'll see freebies pop up that people have pinned. And then you can organize your boards by theme, and then you easily have access to all of these things that are ready to go for you during that week. So I found that really, really helps me just kind of focus my ideas. So Pinterest is my first go-to. Blogs, you can always search. I love Blog Lovin'. That's how I follow all the blogs that I like. It's just bloglovin.com, and you can follow all of your favorite blogs, and then that way you can see whatever they have posted that may be related to that topic. So blogs and Pinterest are probably the top two. And then I always look for a book, which I usually pull off Amazon or your media center in your school, just to check out, because literacy, we know, is so important. So I usually do a craft, and then we have a book, and then there's TPT, which most people are on also. And you can also search on TPT for whatever products are related to the topic that you're doing. So if you look at the theme therapy calendar that I've shared with you, I gave you my themes that I'm planning to do this year, but there's also a blank template in that download, where you can go in and write the themes that you want to use for that year. And then also I've included direct links to downloads that are related to each theme that I already have available either on my blog or in my TPT store. That is super helpful, because then you can just go to that week and then click the link, and it shows you what I'm planning to do for that week. But even if you want to do themes that aren't ones that I'm doing, you can use those other resources, go to Pinterest, go to TPT, go to those blogs, and find things on topics that are related to what you want to do in your therapy room. And a lot of times you can get with your classroom teachers and find out what they're doing, and then you can incorporate that into your planning for your therapy, which is also super helpful for our kids. And then, how am I doing on time? I don't have a timer at all. What happened?
Unmute. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't unmute myself. You have 5 minutes left.
I'm full out of time.
You don't have to fill up the whole 5 minutes. It's okay.
Okay, so for the product that I created that I'm super excited about and what I'm doing my giveaways for are a theme therapy homework packet, which is aligned to all of the themes that I'm planning to do in therapy this year. So what that looks like, let me see if I can do a screen share real quick so I can show you guys.
It's that green rectangle button with the arrow in it if you're looking for that one.
Yeah, I'm pressing it. It's not working.
Oh, good.
Per usual. This is my life. Okay.
Yeah, Google Hangouts.
It doesn't matter. Oh, wait, here it goes. No. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm new to this whole thing.
It's all right. I did the same thing.
Let's see if it'll work.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
You see it?
Yeah.
I don't see it. I'm glad you see it. Is it backwards?
No, it just looks pretty normal to me.
Okay. Nope, that's not it. Where is it? Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's
That's
all good.
Oh, there it is. Ha, got it. Okay. So what this looks like, let me back up a little bit so you can see. There are topics, like I said, for every therapy or every theme that I'm doing this year. And this is the table of contents. So there are some generic homework letters that you can attach for parents to give them specific instructions about what you want them to do. And then there are some generic sheets for books. So when you're using those literacy activities in your therapy, you can send these home with parents to work on things that are related to those books that you read, which I usually do books a lot with my language group, so I think this will be really great to bring some of that information home with them. And then for every week, there is one language page and one speech page for each theme. So I just think this is going to save so much time because you can just print these out, send them home, and they're related to what you were doing to that topic that you were covering in therapy that week. So like for the language one, there's 5 different questions, and then there's 5 vocabulary words, and then there's a self-rating scale down here. And there's also a little signature spot. So I asked my parents to do that so I know who's doing it. But really, you can just have them complete like one each day. And that just kind of helps with the carryover piece, and you can attach specific instructions to that parent sheet that you would attach to the front, and just let them know what they're working on. What are those goals that they need to cover when they're answering these questions? And then for the speech, they just write their Artic words and practice those every single day, 5 times each word. So they're getting tons and tons of practice. And I just really think this is going to be an awesome time saver especially for me. So, did I come back? There you go. Yeah. Okay, so that's my giveaway, and I'm going to give away 3 copies.
Yeah, 3 copies.
Woo woo. So that's all I got. I hope it helps. I really think themes really help you just wrap your head around pulling materials, because we all run into those situations where we're like scrambling for things to put together for therapy because we're so busy. And having this in place just makes it so much easier, and I've done this for the past 3 years, and I really, really think it's helpful. So I hope that helps you guys too.
That's fantastic. I always have people ask me about themes, so I think that's going to be a hit.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so I just was informed by the Facebook comments that we actually have questions on the Google Hangouts as well. And I have to admit, guys, we're not real good at Google Hangouts yet. This is our first time doing this. So I'm not even sure how to respond on there. I guess you just respond verbally. If any of you other presenters have any feedback on this, please chime in.
The questions.
Okay, so people are asking about the Facebook page. So that is on Luke's site. I wonder if I can share the URL link somehow.
I shared it in the comments somewhere, but
I don't think the comments are loading by time. I think.
Well, you can click on sort by on there. Oh, maybe you can't. Maybe only I can. No, you should be able to
No,
if you're
I can
logged
do
into
that.
Facebook.
Yeah, if you sort by newest, if you're on
newest.
a desktop.
Okay, that's a lot. Thanks.
But
I'm
that's
so
how
tech
we were going to
savvy.
do the giveaway, was on Luke's page, but there are people on Google Hangouts, and I don't know how to tell them where to go. You know what I mean?
Oh, then tell them to
Can
go
we
here.
share
I'm trying to
the
get back on
URL
there.
with them?
Yeah, I'm trying to get back on there.
What if I just, oops, where's my timer? Sorry, guys. Bear with us. We're obviously speech therapists by trade and not technicians.
Do you want me to just email you the link? Just copy the link and email the link, or I mean, paste the link. Can you do that? Or you're trying to do it on Hangouts?
But where would I put it? That's the problem. How do I show people?
Put it in the showcase.
Yeah.
Oh, can I do that? That makes sense. Okay.
And they're on Google Hangout. They should be able to click over to Luke's website.
You are so smart. Jenna wins the award.
Per usual. She's the smartest.
Don't get cocky. Don't get cocky. Over
I just didn't know how to.
All right. Well, while I'm putting that.
Comments. I don't think I'm the smartest.
All right. Well, while I'm putting that up, then we're gonna go ahead and Jenna, you're gonna get to go. So next up is Jenna Rayburn from thespeechroomnews.com. Jenna, take it away.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Jenna, and my website is thespeechroomnews.com. And my Twitter and Instagram and all those fun social media things are at speechroomnews. So I'd love it if you follow me, if you don't already, because I'll just post lots of puppy pictures because I just got a new puppy named Cooper. And he's the only thing entertaining happening at my house right now. So that's what I post. So today I'm going to talk to you about like the non-fun things that you have to do at the beginning of the school year. And one of my strategies today is to use my time timer on my phone to make sure I don't talk too long. You can't tell. Hello, here it is. Time timer. 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to start it. And that's a strategy you should use too for your students. Okay. So I love to make speech therapy materials, but I don't like to make forms because they're boring and they're not cute. I like to make colorful things that make the ink go dry in the color printer, and then I use 8,000 feet of lamination at school, and they all make fun of me. And I jam the laminator every time. It's okay. But that's not the beginning of the school year reality. The reality is you have to make materials that are going to sustain you for the year and get you kind of organized. So that's kind of what I'm going to share today. So I'm not going to screen share because I know I can't do that. That seems above my ability. So I printed some examples of my stuff. So I'm going to talk about that, what I'm going to use. So one of the things that I have on my Teachers Pay Teachers website is my data sheet. So I've tried, I feel like 50 different data sheets. That's probably an exaggeration, probably more like 10. But I like to keep data in a way that I can write notes to myself, not just pluses and minuses. I like to be able to write comments and word lists and things like that. So I have, if you go to my Teachers Pay Teachers website, teacherspayteachers.com, and then search Jenna Rayburn, you'll find my store. And then on the left side, you can sort by freebies. So just click free, and then you're going to have a bunch of freebies come up. I looked yesterday, and I have 67 freebies on Teachers Pay Teachers. That's kind of crazy. So my data sheet you will find there. It's not pretty, but it's in Word, and you can edit it and make it into whatever you need it to be. One of the other things I always do at the beginning of the school year is make an attendance sheet for every one of my students, because I have to bill Medicaid, and in Ohio we can't know which students qualify for Medicaid, and so we bill for everyone for every session. That's a lot of work if you're not organized ahead of time. So for me, the best way to bill that is to print kind of a yearly calendar like this. I can't see Showcase because I have chat on, so I don't know if these things are showing up. Let me look. Oh yeah, sweet, cool. Thanks, Carrie. Okay, so
No problem.
the attendance sheet. At the bottom of that, you're gonna see kind of my cheat sheet. So if the kids come, I circle it. I know to bill them. If they came for their regular amount of time, I just circle it. If they're absent, if it's a snow day, I just need to be able to track when I've actually seen them, not just based on my notes, because you all know that sometimes you go in the classroom and it's pizza party day. You don't take data that day, and if you have to go back a month later and try to do your billing because you might have gotten behind or something, like me, you need to know who you saw when you saw them. So I always do my attendance sheets, and that way I don't get behind and don't get myself in trouble and bill when I didn't bill or don't bill when I should have billed. So that keeps me organized. And if you wanted like quick at a glance to see who's met their minutes for the month, that's an easy way to do it because it's really visual. All the dates are on one page. So that's another freebie in my Teachers Pay Teacher store. And, okay, if you have a lot of parents who like to stay in constant contact with you like I do, the best way for me to do that is through a communication log. So my kiddos have one of these beautiful communication logs. Super simple, but that way I can always write notes home and the kids can bring it back. They just throw it in their speech folder, throw it in their backpack. And what I like about it is like every quarter I'll take it out and make a copy of it just in case the folder gets lost and we don't see that communication log in. And then you have documented in handwriting that the parent has been going back and forth with you, or you've written 12 notes home and the parent hasn't written anything back, or that the parent is really engaged and they're checking the folder every night for homework, so you know, okay, this parent really is involved. I can send home more stuff. Sometimes emailing you is just too much for parents. I know some of my parents, just do better with actual paper that they check out of a backpack. So if your parents are like that, check out in my Teachers Pay Teacher store. You can download that communication log. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about that's a freebie in my store. How's my time timer? Oh, good, my time timer froze. And it's restarted. Okay, is learning targets. So at my school, all of our kids at our elementary schools post their learning targets in the classroom, so their I can statements. So one of the things I do is have my kids go through and change their goals and their objectives and their IEP into I can statements that we post in the room every quarter. So I have a sheet that looks like this, and it has overall learning targets that I just post in the classroom, and then they take this half sheet of paper. Let me fold it for you. And I can statement. So we change their goals into something that's an I can statement. If their goal is R's, I can say my R sound in isolation, and then the next quarter it might say in sentences, or maybe in conversation if the speech therapist is really good, but those R sounds are hard. So that's in my Teachers Pay Teacher store, and you can find it and download it for free. And then if you want, you could have the kids, make check marks on it after they master goals, or kind of use it as a progress check for them every quarter to look at what are my goals, do I know what my goals are, have I met my goals, are all the people around me meeting their goals, and I need to do some homework so that I can meet my goals too. So you'll find all those freebies in my TPT store. Okay, so since we're talking about black and white forms, and I thought I would talk to you about two more things. In my Teachers Pay Teacher store, I have this giant packet of get to know you worksheets. I love that I have them printed out right here. I feel so on top of the ball that I actually have them printed. So in this packet are like 14 different get to know you worksheets, and they work for preschool to high school. There's a mix and match, and they only cost $2. So if you go to my Teachers Pay Teacher store and find it, I looked today and there were like 350 people had rated it. So I think that it's worth $2. So you're going to find different all about me sheets that have little kiddos on it. There's pages about the speech therapist. If you're in high school, you can talk about your speech plan. There's kind of a contract. So what's my goal? How am I going to meet my goals? And graduate speech, because nobody in high school wants to be in speech. Okay, and then one more thing. If you happen to work in a preschool like I do, you might work on play-based evaluation. So this is the thing I'm going to do a giveaway for tonight at the end of our Google Hangout. So one of the things that I do as part of my job is do preschool evaluation. So twice a week we have a bunch of kids and their families come, and we do play-based evaluations with OT speech, adapted PE, physical therapy, psychologists, intervention specialists. So there's a lot of people in the room, and so I try to do as much of my testing during their free play. That just means writing good observational notes and kind of facilitating the play to make that functional, because if you think about all those adults have to test all those kids, by the time I get them, I can't have them for an hour for undivided attention and a 3-year-old who might have autism or, you know, another cognitive delay. So I need to have good notes. So new in my store are some preschool forms. So these forms have places to write notes, some things that I really look for during play, notes about their type of play, the function of their language, those kinds of things that it just helps me streamline, because sometimes I think I'll remember and then I go to write the report 3 days later and I'm like, oh, I can't remember which kid did what. So my notes are based on doing it for a year and figuring out what I need to have on my forms. So if you hang out a little bit longer, I'm going to give away 3 copies of that. Okay. I think I'm done. I feel like I talked fast.
You're
Yeah,
good. You're good. That was a lot of good information.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we have 2 more to go. So Lauren LaCour, you are up from busybeespeech.com.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm so excited to be able to talk to y'all tonight. I'm a little more nervous than I thought I would be. But I want to tell you that I'm from busybeespeech.com. If you don't follow me, you can follow my blog there, or Lauren LaCour on Teachers Pay Teachers. And I'm going to kind of piggyback on Jenna and talk a little bit about some not so fun things that we all have to do at the beginning of the year to stay organized. I don't know what kind of therapy rooms that y'all are all in. I know they all come in various shapes and sizes. Some of y'all are in a closet, and some of y'all might be in a huge room. I'm fortunate enough to be in a classroom size room that I share with another therapist, and so I have lots of space, which is great, but I do want to be able to organize that space to make it functional for me. So one thing that I use a lot are these bins. They're from the dollar store, and I just spray painted this one black. And I keep all kinds of stuff in the bins, like therapy materials. I sort them by different things that I'll need that I can readily grab and go. And another thing that I like are labels, because I think if things are labeled, then the kids will know where they go and they'll put them back, maybe more than if they're not. So I always try to print out cutesy labels and put them on my bins or drawers or whatever else that I'm trying to organize. So that's kind of how I get my room in order. But then also at the beginning of the year, you do also have to do paperwork and get that together. And I don't know about y'all, but I have like a to-do list that's a mile long, and I never get anything done. But one thing that I like to do is put to-do lists on my calendars and in my planners. So I have these to-do list stickers that are on my TPT store. They're free, and you can print them out on 2x4-inch labels and just peel them off and stick them on your calendar or on your planner. And it kind of makes it pretty and helps me to remember to get things done with that. So yeah, those are for free and are available. One second. So there's lots of different types of to-do lists. Some of y'all might have this one from Blair Turner Paper, or I also have this one from one of my packets. But I always like to keep it running smoothly, and that way I can just check off things as I go and get things done. So that's the to-do lists, and I'm going really fast. Sorry, but I'm just like flipping through. And then another thing that I want to talk to y'all about are these data trackers. Whenever I start to see kids in group therapy, it's hard for me to keep track of the data that I take when I have a million tally sheets in front of me and I'm trying to write data or trying to tally plus or minuses. So I created these data trackers that are also available for free in my TPT store. They look like this. What I did was I laminated them on the thick laminating paper. That way I can use them as dry erase. So if I have a group, I use this group tracker. And so I can put each student on a different grid. And then I can use a dry erase marker to make plus or minuses. And then when it's over, I can just wipe it off clean. when the session is over and after I've recorded it on their data sheet. So I have one for a group session, and I have one if I'm doing a large amount of trials, this huge grid that I use. I really like this one for my fluency kids when I want to get a multi-syllable sample, like a large syllable sample for their fluency. I'll mark the pluses and minuses on this big grid because it's 400 squares, so I can get like a 200 syllable sample, like that'll only fill up halfway, so I could even get a 400 syllable sample. And then the other page that it includes is this multi-skill tracking sheet, and that's what I use with kids with multiple skills that I'm tracking in one session. So I might have a preschooler that's working on basic concepts and prepositions and different things like that. And so I can just put the skill right here, and then I can track, and then I can tally, make that a little bit easier. So that is those are those, and I use a fine, ultra fine tip dry erase marker because I find that if the big ones smear a lot easier. So this one is really, really thin, I don't know if you can see, and it erases better. So those are my two freebies. I have those data trackers and then the to-do list stickers. And then if you hang around a little while longer, I'll also be giving away something that I use every day and I pretty much couldn't live without, and that is my planner. I made this planner because I needed specific forms for my district that there wasn't really anything else on other planners that I would try to buy. There wasn't anything out there that I needed, so I wanted something that I could refer to throughout the year and I could have everything in one spot. So this one I have, the first page is a schedule, so I can pencil in my schedule and erase as I need to, and then I have calendars. So I'm going to have some names written, so I want to flip to a page that I'm not using. So I have a 2-page spread calendar, and I usually use washi tape to mark off the vacation days. But I have that, and then I also have a section for screening and evals because we do all the screenings in our own district. So I have a referral list in here. I have screening log, and I've got RTI lists, and then an eval list. Lots of different forms that are specific to what I need. I even put a screening checklist for the specific things in my district that I need to do for the procedures for screening and evals. And then I have a planning section, which is a due dates. So I can put everyone's IEP due date all in this booklet. And I also have a progress report checklist. And that's divided by quarters. First 9 weeks, second, third, fourth. I'm sorry if it's backwards to y'all. I don't know if it's backwards to me on here.
You're good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can check off completed, copied, and filed for each progress report. And then I also have a Medicaid checklist, so I can keep that information together too. And then I also have a way to plan, and I have a monthly plan at a glance sheet. And if you use Jen's themes, you can have a place for themes. You can just write her theme, and then the activities that you can use for that, craft supplies or books that you use. And then I also have a weekly plan at a glance as well. And it looks like this. Anyway, and I also have a little sheet of to-do lists that I can keep in here. That way I can keep it together. And then some reminders and student data. So lots of different things. Anyway, I'll be giving away 3 copies of this in a little bit. And if you already have it, you can win one for a friend. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Everyone needs to stay organized with their paperwork. So that is what I'm going to be giving away, and I don't know how I'm doing on time, but
I think that was about 10 minutes. I forgot to set my timer again, but it looked good.
Great. Thanks, Carrie.
All right. Yep. Okay. We did have a request to spell our last names so that people can look us up on Teachers Pay Teachers. So I'm gonna, Lauren, will you go ahead and do yours since you're already up, and then I'm gonna let everybody spell their name real quick before we go on to Luke.
Sure. It's LACOUR. That's my last name, LaCour.
All right. And Jenna, will you spell your last name for us?
Yep, Jenna Rayburn, Rayburn.
Alrighty. And Jen, how about you?
Jen, not Jenna.
Jen,
We get
how about
confused
you?
all the time.
Sorry.
Alcorn, ALCORN.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, guys. All right. So now we are going over to Luke Barber from homespeechhome.com. How's it going, Luke?
Holla, friends. Hello.
Welcome.
I have to admit, my stuff is not as pretty as these wonderful ladies, but they're helpful nonetheless. But anyway, I wanted to say shout out to everybody out there, all the left-handers today. Today is International Left-Handers Day, if you didn't know that. And so for all you lefties, yay for you. Okay, so anyway, my first resource that I wanted to share is one that it's possible that you've maybe used it before, and that's our therapy word list. We have about 70 of those on our site, that and that's not really that big of news because I think they get used quite a bit. But the news with those is that they're now mobile. So I'm working on getting my site mobile, or getting the site mobile, and I've got all of those mobile first because they're the ones that are used the most. And so you can access those now through your devices, through your tablets, as well as online. So that was one that I forgot to hit my start button on my timer. There we go. Okay. All right. So that was the first one I wanted to tell you about. It has the lists have all of the articulation sounds. I've included all of the words, the phrases, the sentences, stories, all of that good stuff for all the articulation sounds. There's a bunch of language content, social content, phonology content, and you can use all of those again now on your mobile devices. The second one that I wanted to share is our online speech and language screeners. You may be familiar with those. In one of my schools where we had 2 SLPs, our administrators asked us to quickly screen all of our kindergarten students. I'm not really sure why, but they did, and when we did that, and using our screeners online is probably the quickest way that I know of, at least online, that you can do that. And so the screeners will check for speech. Obviously, there's a speech screener, and that one works for articulation and tests for all of the sounds in all positions. And then the language screener checks for all of your language skill, or all of a student's language skills, as well as for there's a few questions in there about stuttering, about apraxia, and that sort of thing. Once you complete the screening, it'll give you a nice little printout that you can use that will show you what answers they got right or wrong. And so those have been a good resource that we use. The third resource that I'm going to share with you is our test descriptions, and those have saved me more time than I think probably anything, because they're just for any test that you would use. They have a little blurb about what the test is, what it does, what it tests for, and then you can kind of just plug in the numbers for your student after you test them. Let's see what else. Oh, well, that was something I was going to say, is that I realize that you may not be writing a lot of reports at the beginning of the year, but when you have like 18 million other things that you have to do, and then you get a report or two thrown on top of those, then that can save you a little bit of time there. The fourth resource I have is it's actually a Google Drive document, and don't shudder at the thought of Google Drive yet. Just give it a chance, because it can really make your life easier if you use it. For those of you who are familiar with it, I think Carrie was unable to put that in the display when we tried to earlier. Is that right, Carrie?
That's right. We couldn't get that one in there, but and there were some of the links that I missed earlier because my computer's being funky. So if there's any link that you did not get from this, we're going to send those out tomorrow, sometime in the next week. So we'll have links to all of those things too.
Yep. Yeah. So don't fret. We'll send out stuff for that. But anyway, so with Google Drive, I've been using it for about 3 years now, and it's wonderful once you get used to it. It's like everything else. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you have it, you can, or for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, you can have one document that you put information into, and then it syncs across all of your devices pretty much. And so the document that I'm going to share with you is one where it's just an Excel sheet, but it has a couple of tabs at the bottom, and each tab I had all my students' goals on them. I had their IEP dates, I had their reevaluation dates, and then I also had a little schedule that I could go in and make as well. I know everybody loves talking about scheduling, but the nice thing about it is that my schedule, probably like yours, changes about twice a week, or at least that's what it seemed like. And so I could always just go into my little Google document and change it. And then that way, if I ever needed to access it again, it was just on my phone or my iPad or whatever. So let's see, is that it? Oh, the one thing I do want to say about that, though, the Google Doc, is that when we share the link with you, you're going to have to make a copy of it for yourself, because if everybody tried to use the same one, then everybody would just be erasing everybody else's stuff. So just a little heads up there. But we'll post instructions on how to do that. The fifth resource I have is my articulation tracking form. And I don't know if she can get that up. I know I sent her a link to that one. That one should work. But again, I apologize. I am a guy. I'm not terribly pretty. I don't make my things pretty. I'm a functional, efficient guy. So anyway, this articulation tracking form that I'm going to be sharing with you is extremely helpful. It's not necessarily that pretty to look at, but you can put stickers on it or have your students color it with markers or crayons or something. But it's something that I use to keep track of what sound the student's working on, what position it's in, and what level they're on. And then it's also a good visual representation for them. Usually what I would do is if I have a group of, say, 5 kids who are all working on different sounds, I have one obviously for each student, and then I just put it in that folder. And then as we're working on things and they pass them off, or if they pass them off after the session, then I would just mark it on there. And I made it such that, because I've used similar tracking forms before, and I made this one such that you can write multiple things on it. There's enough space where you can write down, if you have a student, you all know who that student is who's working on, 20 sounds or something like that. And so you have to have space where you can write how they did on each sound, and this tracking form has that ability. I felt for Jenna when she talked about Medicaid logs, because that's how my school, I was in a Title I school, well, yeah, last year, and well, pretty much I've always been in Title I schools. And so in Title I schools, they make us track everything with Medicaid, and it's whether they use it or not. And so not sure the logic there, just to make us busy, but anyway.
Hey, Luke, I'm going to cut in for a sec.
Okay.
We've got about 2 more minutes before we need to start the giveaway, so just a heads up.
Okay. I'm fast.
Cool.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah, so anyway, articulation tracking form. The last, and then there's 3 little charts that I'm going to share also. One's our speech development chart, the other one's phonological process chart, and then our graphic bell curve chart. And again, those are just kind of go-to resources that I use when I get into meetings, IEPs. I hang them on my wall. That way I always have them as a quick reference, and I won't talk much about those because there's not, you all know what those are. So. Let's see, and then my two paid resources are our printable articulation flashcards, which were recently just created a few months ago, and I'll actually be giving away three copies of those, as well as 3 copies of WordVault Pro. So our flashcards are the great go-to resources that come with the words, phrases, sentences, stories, and real-life pictures. They can be printed out, cut out, laminated to your heart's desire once you have them. And but the nice thing is you can also pull them up on your tablet or your phone as well, in PDF form as well. And they're a great alternative to traditional therapy cards, because they have real world pictures that help teach concrete concepts. And then WordVault Pro, you may or may not be familiar with. It's probably, I would say, being the creator of it, that it's the most comprehensive and dynamic speech therapy app on the market, but yeah, I'm biased. But anyway, it comes with a lot of pictures, about 1,800 pictures. It has interactive activities. You can use it for artic, language, phonology, social, social skills training, and let's see what else. Oh, there's audio within it you can listen to. There's data tracking that you can use in it that tracks the student all across all the vaults, as well as in different levels of difficulty that the student is in as well. You can create your own custom words, and lists with them, and so yeah. So I'll have 3 copies of that I'll be giving away as well. All right, how'd I do? I went a little over 2 minutes, Carrie. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're totally good. I had a little intruder. Can you say hi?
A little intruder. You had an intruder?
Yeah. Do you see him?
I had one too. I didn't. I don't see yours. Oh, there's yours. Yes. I just heard mine and kind of shushed them out.
It's hard to shush a 1.5-year-old. All right, so we have a couple more minutes for the giveaways. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to try to do these a little more quickly than we intended. So I'm going to read a trivia question, and the first 3 people to respond on Luke's page via the Facebook comments are going to win. So we're going to do 1 question for each giveaway. So we'll start with mine, and my giveaway, I didn't even mention it. My giveaway is a 1 month free in my membership site, the Speech Therapy Solution. So the first 3 people to answer this question, even if you get the same answers, are going to get a month free. So let me get over here. One function of communication for young children is to obtain attention. Name another function. So we're looking for functions of communication for young children. First 3 people to comment are going to win on this one. And I am refreshing. This would be a lot easier if we didn't have to refresh. Let's see. I'm having trouble getting to the Facebook comments. Are any of the rest of you able to look?
I'm able to see. Lori says protest, and Courtney Marie says request. Request, excuse me.
All right, so say those names again.
That was Courtney Marie from Chicago.
Okay.
And Lori, I'm probably going to butcher it, Gajecki.
Okay.
Sorry, Lori. Sorry, Lori, if I said that wrong.
All right, and we're looking for 1 more.
I'm refreshing.
Yeah, this is not the most efficient way to do this. We're going to have to figure out a different way to do this if we do these.
Tiffany says reject.
Tiffany. All right, Tiffany, last name? What's the last name?
Jane.
Okay. All right, those are the 3 winners for mine for the free month in my membership site. You can email me at carrie@speechandlanguagekids.com if you are one of those 3. carrie@speechandlanguagekids.com, and let me know, and I will give you the code to get into that free month. All right, so here's the next question. This is going to be for Jenna Rayburn. And Jenna, what are you giving away today?
I was unmuting myself. There we go. I'm giving away 3 copies of my preschool evaluation form packet.
All right, here is the question. SLPs treat the following areas: speech, language, cognition, swallowing, fluency, and what other area? I'm going to read those again. Which one is missing? Speech, language, cognition, swallowing, fluency. What is the other area? Here, look at that. That's a nice box, isn't it?
Okay, let's see here. Requests. Hunger. Is that one?
I think that was the last one. That was the last question.
Voice.
There we go. Who got it?
We got Megan Moran. This is the first one I'm seeing.
Okay. The voice is the correct answer I was looking for.
Kayla.
I think Megan was the first one.
Yeah, Megan was the first.
Okay, so we got Megan Moran, Kayla Redden, and Brianna Chapman. Is that what it looks like to you guys?
Yes.
All right. So, Jenna, where can they email to get their freebie or get their prize?
You can email me at speechroomnews@gmail.com.
Perfect.
Gmail.com.
All right.
Congratulations.
All right, Jenn Alcorn, what are we giving away for you?
My weekly homework for the year.
Ooh, I want that. Okay, here's the question. This is perfect. Name a benefit of themed speech therapy activities.
How did you do that? Nice job.
That was really luck. That was truly luck. All right, does anybody have some winners for me?
I'm trying to refresh and it won't come up.
Awesome.
Pretty much.
I'm still getting answers for the last question.
Yeah, we're going to figure out a better system for the next time, guys. Tell you what.
Okay, people are saying.
Here we go.
Got some?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot. Hold on.
I keep going. Easy planning, quick.
Just a sec.
All right, here we go.
I got easy planning from Jordan Walls.
Mm-hmm.
Quick? Is that an answer?
They are quicker.
Okay.
You've already got it made. We'll go with it.
Katie Hedman. And then,
Time efficient.
Time efficient from my girl Olga.
All right, so we've got Jordan Walls, Katie Hedman, and Olga. You guys can email
slpgonewild@gmail.com.
Love it, love it. All right. Okay, Lauren LaCour, you're up. What are we giving away for you today?
We're giving away a copy of my planner. Am I still tiny to y'all? Am I not getting it? You're right.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think that's my fault. I don't know. Now you're big, I think. You're big on my screen.
I don't know. I'm giving away a copy of my planner, downloadable.
Okay. All right, here is the question. Name 2 types of lisps. Sorry, I'm back. 2 types of lisps. Do we have any answers yet?
I'm sure they're there.
I bet they are. Oh, I think there's also a delay between when we're talking and people are hearing it. So
yeah, I think so.
there's that.
Well, maybe what we could do too is like write in, okay, new question, right? And so then whoever comes in the first 3 after that.
Oh, yeah. We're almost done though.
Yeah. No, I mean for next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sherry says lateral frontal.
We'll take it.
And Blake says frontal lateral, and Denise says frontal lateral.
Is that Blake whose birthday it is?
I don't know. It's Blayke.
I think that was the birthday.
I think it was. Happy birthday, Blake.
Wow.
You get a planner.
All right. So where are they emailing?
busybespeech@gmail.com.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, Luke, you are last. You are giving away 2, aren't you?
Yes. 2.
Okay.
Yes, I'm giving
2
away
giveaways.
3.
What's your first
3 of
one?
our all-in-one. 3 copies of our all-in-one printable.
Okay, this is the all-in-one printable then. Whoop. Okay, so here's the question. What type of paperwork do you hate the most?
Nice one.
Thanks.
I think we're going to get the most comments on this one. Denise, to do goals.
My son is cracking himself up on the iPad. I just can't even get the comments to load at all. I'm just going to have to rely on you guys. Anybody chiming in on paperwork they hate? Can you find the front of the line?
Searching. Okay, hold on. We've got some. Hold on. Gotta find the bottom. Okay, let's see. So the last frontal and lateral was Erica. And so it's looking like redundant, any kind of paperwork, redundant paperwork.
All right, give me some names, Luke.
Okay, so Terry Stefano, I'm thinking that's right. Redundant, she says. Olivia Lael, I'm going to slaughter it, Laelwitz says annuals. And Anita Van Neville says IEPs.
All right, if you guys have one, then you will email Luke at
luke-hsh@hotmail.com.
Awesome. And then you're going to give away a word vault too, right?
Yes, 3 copies of Word Vault.
Let me see what my last question is on here. Name 2 examples of CVCV words. Guess I should switch it over to Luke. I think that's my fault with the camera switching. Sorry, guys. Too much going on at once. We need somebody to like manage our event so that we can just
Seriously.
talk.
Right, because that's what we do after all.
Yeah. We got that talking thing down.
Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go.
Some CVCV words coming in.
Got them. Got Papa and Dada. Dada, sorry. From Maria.
Uh-huh.
Maria, not even going to try. Theriault.
Okay.
Theriault?
You did try anyway. All right, what else you got?
Kayla Redden. Kayla Redden says Mama Dada also. Sarah Gerhardt says Dada Mama also.
All right. Okay, those ladies can also go ahead and email Luke at whatever you just said. Say it again.
Luke-HSH. I posted it once. I'll post it again.
Oh, okay.
Luke-HSH@hotmail.com.
Perfect. All right, with that, we are going to wrap things up. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be sending the links and all of the video embed codes so that all of our friends here can put this on our websites, and we should have that out to you guys probably within a week. So look for some emails from us saying when those are going live so you can get all of the links and all of the fun goodies that we talked about. And congratulations to all of our winners. And thank you, everyone, so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe we can do another one sometime. So for now, we're going to go ahead and sign off and say thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Look.